I'm glad to be here with my good friend Ricardo Monterrosa Sr. And when we decided that we wanted to talk about mentoring, and especially this one step in building your business, which is to get your people started right, there was no one that came to mind that was greater than Ricardo, because he is the father of Alex and Rick Monterrosa, and of course they head that great Monterrosa organization that functions out of Florida and down into Central and South America. So, Ricardo, thank you so much for being with us today.
My pleasure, Michael. It is an honor for me to be on the talk.
You know, we were visiting earlier, and I met you first when we were doing GXL TV way back in the early days of Max International. Tell me quickly, in just a couple of minutes, why we're now coming to our 10-year anniversary, and you mentioned to me something that's taking place in terms of the world's awareness. Share with us why you think our future is just beginning.
I have been in business for many years, and that have given me the experience, and it's very nice to work on experience because that's something that you have lived, to be able to identify that when a business idea goes into the market, it takes a little time, and sometimes it takes a long time to that idea be accepted by the market, and there's no exceptions to that. Most of the good ideas worldwide has taken no less than 10 years to be well known and to be successful in the markets that they're in right now. We have great brands all over the world that took time for them to really be on the top of the market. And we can mention a lot of, just to give you an idea, coffee. Coffee was something that was found out in Africa. It called the attention of people that when the red beans on the fruit were eaten by all the animals were getting hyper. And that called their attention, and they started to really find out what the red bean was. It got to be something that was taken to the Vatican, to the Pope. They talked at the time that it was satanic. It was something from hell, and that was nothing good. So the Pope went ahead and knew about it, tasted, drink the coffee that at the time they were preparing the coffee for a drink, and he said, well, this is so good that I'm gonna be doing something good for humanity. I'm gonna take out the satanic thing out of this beverage, and I declare that this is something that everybody has to have. And because at the beginning things are not well accepted. Since 10 years is the mark, I will say it's the milestone where companies turn over to be well known. I can assure you that there's a lot of symptoms right now for the products in the company, for Max International, to see the time coming for the company, big time. I can tell you about something that just happened, and that's something that to me is a symptom about what I'm saying right now. We have a doctor in the business that is located in Costa Rica. He went to a congress, geriatric congress in London, and that was 10 days ago, not too long ago. And while he was in the Congress, he got so excited in the event because at the event they spent a day and a half talking about glutathione, and the doctor almost fell down from his chair. He was so excited and so surprised about it that when the event finished, he went back to Costa Rica, telling everybody, putting everybody together in a meeting, and telling them, I knew that I wasn't wrong. This is all over well known now with a lot of physicians all over the world. I just coming from London, and it was a big noise in the Congress about what glutathione is all about. And these are things that are appearing right now. We are only 6 months away for the company to be 10 years old. And I can assure you that we are waiting for something that is approaching very soon, a big storm on demand about the enhancers, glutathione enhancers, and we are the company that is prepared to take care of all that market that is going on right now. We're 6 months away from something big to happen.
I totally agree. That's fantastic, and I always love, thinking of the first time I met you, and vision was a word that you first taught me about how important it is to have a vision, and you've always had that ever since you first met Steve Scott, ever since you first saw what Max was about, what Max GXL represented, and then as we brought in Celgevity and all the other product, and you and your sons are just bringing that to Central South America, and of course that great organization you've got in the Florida, into California, and up the coast. You're just moving everywhere. It's fantastic. But let me drop over to the topic at hand. When you bring someone in, you're a great mentor. You've obviously done a great job with your own sons. When you bring someone into the business, what do you want them to know, and how do you help them get started right?
On the knowledge part, that the business pays by volume. So the first volume that we all do, and that's the right way to follow, is to use our own products so that we can not only be the testimony that we need in the business, but for our own good. So the usage of the products is something very, very vital. Then we have to open the sales department. The sales department means that we have to talk about the products. We have to carry a little inventory, not an inventory that will put a lot of money into the inventory, because Max is not run that way. Like a lot of companies that they request for you to have a lot of inventory in the trunk of your cars also. No, we don't do that, but at least carry some inventory that when you talk to someone about the recommendation on the products, you have it handy if they order something. But it's very good to have clients. And then comes the big part. The big part means the community, the network. And in order for you to do that, you have to use the wisdom to realize who is the right prospect for you to build the business in the community part, which is the network. And I will tell you that that the good prospect is the one that is positive. The good attitude is something very basic that we have to really catch on, and at the same time, something that you get to know that has the power to bring people into meetings. That when that people invites, people appears. So it's very nice to have someone that is it has the magnet personality to call on people, and people appears. And when you have someone like that, you can build a very nice opportunity. And then comes the business plan. The business plan, like in every business, means to put the team together. That's my business plan. When I start someone on the business, I tell them, listen, the business plan is to follow up on building the team together. And that can be something very nice to find out the people that wants to build long-term, the opportunity so that they can carry on with the opportunity to have a vehicle through which the financial freedom will come. And that's the beauty of it. But as I'm telling you, it's something that through the experience, you help people, you don't really are able to say or to tell who it's going to be. We have to wait when we're building the team to see the people who raises their arm, their hand, I'm the one that you're looking for. Because that people chose commitment. That people chose the vision that we have put in front of them, because we just have them to get the information so that they can follow up. And when you find people that they put the commitment as well, comes the nice part on building the business, the list, the prospect list. We are very clear when we're teaching the business and when we are building the business, because we build as well. And we tell everybody, if you really want to have a very nice business going and to stay done on long terms, the prospect list is something that has to be all the time with you, because the raw material to build the business is the prospect list. And when the prospect list doesn't die, and that prospect list is getting names and people that you get to know, and people that you are finding on your way, and people that you are discovering that has the attitude, the good attitude, and they have the will, they have the I want to do something better with my life, and they have the need to really, that really puts the engine inside for people to really drive. That's something very nice to know, that you're on the track to build a nice organization all over. And then we follow up with leaders, because that's what it's all about, being able to multiply yourself by preparing leaders, forming the attitudes of the leaders, and teaching them that the leader is someone that will go with influence, not necessarily like a lot of people wants to be demanding, and people like to tell others what to do, and that doesn't hold people at all. I mean, when the leader is working in influence and puts the teams together, and teams follow up, and teams are growing, and they share the opportunity, and the prospect list doesn't die, and we're working with goals, and we're seeing the progress, and we're moving products. Let me tell you, it's so exciting to be part of the great business that we have on hands.
How do you feel when you see someone actually accomplish those things? What does it make you do when you feel them get where they wanted to get?
Well, long time ago, we learned and we had the experience that something that will be very solid in our business, building the community, the network, will be working depth. As we go in depth of people and we follow up down, we drive down, finding the new leaders way down on the network, in the binary tree. We don't stop to go down, making meetings, knowing people, helping others to bring people into the business, and then you get to know the new leaders that will come into the team, because it's about teaching them how to build the teams as well. Because as I'm saying, the business plan has to be to build the team. And there's no way that anybody can have a big business without the team of leaders working the business. And sometimes the team doesn't hold the leaders at the beginning, but you must come out with the team so that you can select who the leaders will be by having them showing all the commitment to be attending events, to be getting prepared, to getting the knowledge, to be readers, books that we recommend for them to really work in their minds, to make their minds strong, because there's something that we know very well. A weak mind will not build this business, because obstacles are part of the way. And when obstacles appear, the weak mind will stop. And if someone stops, means everything stops. So the strong mind will go in the understanding that this is something like a game where you lose and win. But when you lose, that doesn't mean that you stop, because then you have to get up on your feet again and try again. And then you'll see how things happen. And that's the way that we do things, and we teach people how to do it, because not everything, when you drive along the street, all the lights are green. Sometimes they stop you, they go on red. You wait a little time and then you move on again. But that's the way that it works. And that's so nice when people understand that, and they lose fear, because most of the people is afraid to talk to others. Is afraid to the unseen. The unseen is the future. Most of the people is afraid of the future, and that's unseen. Most of the people are afraid of the, I will say, social things that we think that will hurt ourselves, like getting a no from someone, being someone that will be afraid of results. I don't know if this is going to happen to me. I don't know if this is going to be good. I don't know if I'm going to fail. I don't know what's going to happen. People is afraid of a lot of things, and that's something that we have to work in their minds by doing so. And there are certain books that are amazing to help people to get a strong mind. One of them that we recommend very much, is a Psychology of a Winner by Dennis Whaley. Psychology of a Winner, Dennis Whaley. We use it very much in Spanish as well. But let me tell you, that book has helped a lot of people to make a mind change and to really raise up the self-esteem and to really get to understand how things work and accepting that we are special people, we are winners, and that we are in everything that we want to achieve in the long way to do it. And that's the way that the things happen. A lot of people will stop on the way, and there's a lot of more people that will keep following, and there's people that will make the decision to go up all the way to the end. And there's something that we also make clear with all the new prospects, and this is something that has been known by marketing. Very nice to know. 60% of the sales in a company are customers. 60%. 30%, most of the 30% are preferred customers, people that repeat sales. And 10% is the network builders in our industry. And sometimes without knowing this information, people start the business looking for the 10% and dedicate their time and effort to look for the 10%, which are the builders of the business. And sometimes they don't appear so fast. We have to look for them. We have to find them. But anyway, that's a very nice way to start. When we use our own products, then we open the sales department, and then after the sales department, we go into the community, because most of the time, people that is very happy with the results by using the products are the ones that become associates in the business as well. And that's something that we have to know, that is a process. And process takes time. And when we know that this is a project that will take time, we stay for the time to happen. And that's the way that it's done.
I like that a lot, Ricardo. I like that you're saying be consistent, stay with your process, and keep working your system, because is it not true that some people will surprise you and some people will disappoint you?
Yes. You'll hear people at the beginning saying, "Oh man, this is my life opportunity, and I'm determined to build this business." And along the way, not too far away, they stop. I have seen a lot of that happen. But when I start to see someone that starts by using the products, by getting family to know the products, by getting friends to know the products, by attending a seminar, by coming to convention, by taking the advice of being readers, to buy the first book, to start to invest in the best they have, that is their own mind, their own person. That's the big investment that we can do, is in ourselves. And when I start to see people to follow up in instructions, to follow up in all the teaching that we do along the way with them, to invite people when we place in a calendar a home meeting, and you come to those homes and you see guests in the meetings, you know that that person is building all the confidence, because sometimes opinions of friends discourage them. But when they come to a seminar, they come to a function, a convention, they raise up the belief, and by raising up the belief, they have a lot of more gasoline to keep going on the way. I tell everybody, listen, this is not a fast run. This is a marathon, 26 miles. This is not 100 meters. This is not 200 meters run. This is not speed at the beginning and that's it. No. Stay for the long way, and you have to have oxygen to really follow up all the way to the end. And that's the way that we start to see people achieve ranks. They start to see the money coming in, which is, to me, one of the best motivators that anyone can have, having the business being able to earn money and to make money and keep going and building more and more and more and helping others to do so. And that's the beauty. Sometimes when we touch the sales part, you don't have to be the one selling everything. Because let's say that you sell 500 points, just to give you an idea. Dollar per point per dollar. And let's say that you recommend products and you move 100 points yourself. There's people that continues and they say, well, I'm going to move 1,000 points now, 2,000 points now. They're killing themselves, because we know that in order for me to reach 1,000 points, I make my 500, and then I teach another one to make 500. And by doing so, I'm already doing 1,000 points myself. And if I teach another one to do 500, and I teach another one, I'm already doing 2,000 points, and I'm doing 500 myself. And that's the way that it has to be understood, because otherwise, when the business depends only in one person, that business is not going to last too long. That's why we have to multiply ourselves and go into the community building, the network. And that's the beauty of it. And in the network, people will make 100 points, will make 50 points, will make 200 points. But let me tell you, when that happens, it's unstoppable. And then you see thousands of points coming all over every month. And by getting new markets coming into the business, that's when things are going way beyond any imagination, because the expansion of our business is the new markets. And Michael, I can assure you that what I'm saying is the experience not only with Max, with a lot of companies. I have not been in other companies. I only was in one company before I came to Max, and I'm very happy where I am. But I have seen by referrals how companies grow by getting new markets into the business, even so that we have a huge country to work. But the new markets are hungry. They want to have what we have in the States. They want to make incomes that are equal to dollar income. And when that happens to those new countries, miracles. We see magic happen, Michael. Magic.
That's fantastic. Okay, we're about out of time. I got about a minute and a half. Tell me how important bronzes are to that organization.
Well, since we started the business and we started to understand what was the business about, we became a bronze factory. Because like the cell that we have in our bodies, billions of cells produces systems and organs and all that is our living. Bronzes are the ones that build the business long term. So we are specialized in building bronzes. And the way we do it, we have a special method to do it, which we call them blocks. And blocks means 3 personals per block. 2 in one side of the binary by another one in the other side. 3 personals means 1 block. By building 3 blocks, we have a bronze done, and that's 9 personals. Having them with the account active with 100 points every month. It doesn't fail. It's amazing what happens. And when we develop and we broke down a new bronze, we are immediately putting our eyes and our sight in the next one that is going to be coming. And we know who the next one will be because we are looking always for people that shows commitment, prospect lists, attending seminars, attending the open meetings every week, and putting the effort, and putting the will that they want to really get involved in this 100%. And bronzes are very important for us because we know that by building a lot of bronzes, we have an organization growing all the time, Michael.
Fantastic. Ricardo, not only are you one of the good guys, you're a very wise man. We thank you so much for being with us, and thank you for sharing. My best to your beautiful wife, and continued success to the Monterrosas.
Thank you, and looking forward to see you very soon.
Yes, I will. We'll be there. Thank you. Good night, everyone.
All right. Bye-bye. Thank you.